Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Anyone for a cup of tea? As you can see, I'm doing a tea leaf reading today. Now before I do that, just to share a few things that came through to me channeled before this reading. You might notice a shift this week in the energy. Did any of you notice last week, at the time of recording this, obviously, it was quite a dense energy, heavy. Some of you might have found it difficult to do things, to get motivated. You might have felt a very heavy energy in your body, lethargic at times. Time might have slowed down and then sped up again. You might have felt dizzy as well. So if that's the case, make sure you ground yourself. That's very important. That has come out in my recent readings. And Spirit said to me, this is just due to the energetic shift that's happening in the world at the moment. So you might be really feeling it. That's what's important, to ground yourself, as I said. And you could eat root vegetables as well. That can really help ground you. Listen to calming music. You could meditate, whatever works for you. And Spirit just said this morning that that dense energy is now lifting this week and moving forwards. I also heard that the enemy is growing weary because the dark forces know their time is up. And so some of you might have felt it as well. That could have been what the heavy energy was. Things coming your way. So again, keep your vibration high. Try and smile, laugh, lift your vibration. Do you know what came through to me this morning? I'll share it because hopefully it'll make some of you laugh. Spirit just showed me this vision of like a curtain being drawn like in the Wizard of Oz, and there's just this little old man there, you know, behind the curtain. And that is essentially what it is. The enemy. It's just the man behind the curtain. He's growing weary of, you know, moving that lever that pulls the curtain across to cover himself up and the other few that are there. The few have tried to rule the many in the world. But it's shifting now energetically. However, you might also have noticed or notice shifts happening with some people as the energy is ramping up. Some people are kind of acting out of character more so. Obviously this has been happening for a long time in the collective, the divide, the split that I've spoken about. But you might see it more so, like the world has gone crazy with something else that came through. In terms of what people are doing, because they're so drawn in to the world that was created by that man behind the curtain, the enemy, essentially. Whereas some of you have been pulling away, not feeding that energy, you know, and that's when you see it clearly. You see everything clearly, the way they've infiltrated everything. Our music industry, film industry, TV, media. So that's what everyone consumes because that's all that's out there. But if you pull away from it, it's like you pull the plug out, you know, and then you see it for what it is and realise why you don't want to be a part of that. Do you want to be a part of this world that we're in? Or do you want to be a part of the new one? So those who want to be a part of it, that's the ones that are sort of getting more and more drawn into it in terms of their behaviour that I mentioned before. So just wanted to share that because that came through strongly this morning in meditation before I'd even brewed the tea. So although obviously, you know, we're now going to look at the tea leaves, I just wanted to share that for all of you. Well, I'm just noticing right away. Now, if you see things in the cup, put it in the comments, by the way. could be messages for you. But I've just noticed it's like a... Is it a 6? It looked like a 5 initially, but could be a 6. So that could be a sign for us. Maybe timing, a date, when things shift. 6 days, 6 weeks is months. Or yeah, the 6th of a month, possibly. 6 is about balance. So that is what's, as I said about the energy shift, that is now what's happening. It's been happening in the spiritual realm, spiritual battle, and it's now coming down to earth. Things are going to be balanced. I must say, when I brewed the tea, the first thing I saw was what looks like a dragon. Just there, not sure if you can see it. And it's like there's a bird next to it that it's setting free. And then we've got, like in the cup, it's like this whirlwind going round. So it's like this dragon is a symbol, and the bird, freeing the bird, is going to unleash something into the world. Have any of you noticed signs in the sky? Look out. See, those who are hooked to their phones, technology, social media, won't be seeing what's going on around them. Some of you will be, like I have. Last week when we had that dense energy, we had signs in the sky. Red skies sometimes, that's a sign. And one day it was like fire, this explosion of fire going across the sky. I took a picture actually of it. And it's kind of like what I'm seeing in the cup, like this dragon. Of course, a dragon breathes fire, doesn't it? Yeah. And it's like it's going to come down now to the earth. So these disasters that I was seeing, earthquake, hurricanes, destruction, I feel is quite close, to be honest, to now be seeing it. And that also looks like a mountain at the side there, which can be a symbol of challenges to come, potentially. I'm also seeing a 2 below that mountain, number 2. You might keep seeing repeated numbers, first of all, as a sign. 2, again, it's like about partnership and that balance that came through as a 6. So that's really what I'm feeling. And also the 2 worlds that I've recently spoken about, the timeline split, I really feel it's close. As I said, you'll know if you feel something, that energy shift we had last week, as I said, you'll feel it in your soul. I'm getting the initial V, L, D coming through. Could be some of your initials. Get that some of you, I'm getting suddenly, because I channel physically, a left calf on your leg that's been painful for someone out there. You've been struggling to walk. Wow, yeah, I'm getting like blocks in that person, in their chakra system. So some healing, I'm sending out healing to that person, healing and light, but I'm getting for that person, it's like, because of the blocks, they're struggling to take that step forward, because the left foot can symbolise moving forward on your spiritual path. Now this isn't just for one person, obviously, this is for whoever this resonates for. Maybe you're feeling stuck, like that energy we had last week. Demotivated, pulled down try to lift yourself out of that, because that will be the dense dark energy that's still out there swirling around, trying to pull as many light workers in as possible. I'm also getting a blocked throat chakra now. Yeah, so they're trying to like silence people as well, like me, who are, you know, trying to just share the light. You might find that. Now, singing is a really good way to clear your throat chakra. Write, do creative things, movement, shift that energy in your body. Whatever works for you, but don't just sit there and sort of dwell in it, so to speak. I'm also seeing 7, and there's the initial C coming out. There's also 3, 73 coming out. So these could be dates of birth, could be life path numbers when I call out a number. 7 again, yeah, lots of 7, 777. You might be seeing that number. Could be timing. But divine timing is very different to timing here on this earth, as I've discovered. So take what resonates, obviously, with that. I'm seeing 33 as well, master number. You might keep seeing that number, and that could show you're a very highly awakened soul who has sort of really awakened spiritually, and you're being guided to now be a leader and shine your light. Don't have fear. You're being guided to share your gifts. This came out in the last reading. So some of you have felt a bit of fear. You've felt trapped, weighed down by the energy, but you are in control of your energy. You can shift it, as I said. You can change the day that you have if it starts out badly by doing these things to ground yourself. You know, in particular, it's really what's coming through. I'm seeing a cross down the bottom there as well. So again, challenges, burdens to come for some in the collective. Hitting rock bottom. Now, some of you might have been through this. I do feel that. You've been through a lot in your lives. You've been through that dark night of the soul. But you saw the light. You came out of that tribulation. And that's why you're here to now lead the way for others, because there are many lost souls out there, those who are, as I said, drawn in by what the enemy has put out there. In whatever way it is for you. I do really feel musicians often come through. We often see musical notes actually in the cup, but musicians sharing your beautiful spiritual music, that's what we need in the world. Music that you produce from the heart, because our music system's been so corrupt. I've said this before, but anyway. Bear with me as I just take another look in the cup. Seeing a few more initials. We've got T, P in the cup as well. I was also hearing J and S. I was hearing Sue come through as someone who's being guided. Spirit sometimes speaks directly to people, even if I don't say your name or initial. You'll know if it resonates, by the way. If it does, that was a message for you from Spirit. Just wanted to say that first. But Spirit's saying initial S or Sue in particular, you are here to guide the way, I'm hearing. You have a unique gift, a calming, soothing voice. I'm getting shivers as I'm saying this. Spirit's talking through me. So I hope that helps. You might be drawn to someone as well who's like that, you know, and if so, they might help you. Some of you, I feel, are kind of maybe feeling a bit lost. You don't know who to turn to. Feeling that as well. Now, there's a question mark I keep seeing there. Not sure if any of you can see it. So yeah, that's linking to like the lost souls, questions. Some of you have questions about what's going on in the world, what's going to happen. And that's where the grounding is very important. Like, you're inquisitive souls, as am I. And obviously we're always seeking answers, aren't we? Which is great. If you do that, then that's good. You're not just believing what's out there. You know, one story, his story, essentially, history. So yeah, maybe you're questioning and you're like diving deep down rabbit holes. You want to know more, because there is more out there. There's loads that's been hidden from us in terms of our frequency. Is it about us being able to change our vibration and our reality? It's not the way they want it to be for us. We are the creators of our own destiny, essentially. And some people are wondering how do you do that? Try meditation. That's a really good way, I'd say, first of all, to be in the present moment, to try and get used to that, and see what comes through to you as visions, messages. You might just hear something, you know, it's guidance coming to you from your spirit guides. For example, I did do a recent guided meditation, how to connect with your spirit guides, and a podcast. They're available in my coffee shop. The link is in the description box if you're interested, or for Patreon members as well, by the way. So just going to mention that because I've been guided to do that for a reason. I've said that before, but because we've got these souls who are kind of in that in-between, you know, realising there's more out there for them, but they don't know like what to do. Yeah, I can relate to that feeling. But you can all make changes if you wish in your lives. Now, down the bottom, I'm seeing a key. That's really interesting as well. You might see a key in meditation or in a dream. Without them just getting unlocking a door, you know, like a hidden door, maybe within yourself. Could be a hidden gift, because you all have gifts. Unlocking secrets. Something might come to light in the future. I really feel the truth will come to light. Yeah, something that's been locked away. For some of you as well, this is to do with your healing. And you might find that you're triggered, maybe in this reading or other readings. And if that happens, if something comes up for you, make sure you look at it. Don't fear it and push it back down, because then it will just stay there, trapped in your body, because your body holds these emotions. That's why some of you might have these physical ailments as a result. And it's just about unlocking them. So look at it, process it, reflect. What's it showing you? If you're triggered in a reading, as I said, by something someone says, it's not about them, it's about what it's showing you. Now, I am your mirror. For example, if I do something that triggers you, that you don't like, it's probably showing you something about yourself that you don't like, you don't want to look at. For example, it's not about the other person. It's only saying 13 as well, coming out there. Now that's the number of the Death card in Tarot. So yeah, transformation happening. Not only within people, but in the world. As I said, this shift. Again, it's linking though, it's because it's the dragon there, something being unleashed, which could be, got to call it out. If you think of the Death card, the Grim Reaper, dark spirits that might be unleashed, and they'll be eliminating all of those lower vibrational energies in the world. And that's where we have the two worlds that then happen. So I'm getting that. I'm getting the initial R. I'm suddenly hearing rescue with R. Yeah, so some people, like a few things with the natural disasters, some people might be rescued. But again, the lost souls here are coming through that I mentioned before, who, you know, like might need to be rescued, but you can only rescue yourself. I'm hearing, you know, some of you want to help, I feel, but just remember it's different for everyone in terms of awakening and transformation. I keep seeing 333. You might keep seeing that number as well. I noticed in the last reading that came out, I didn't point it out, we had 33 and 3, 333. So that was a sign there as well. Yeah, I'm seeing musical notes. It's interesting, I said about that before. Make sure you listen to high vibing music, light music, classical. It's very good because it calms you down. Spiritual music, meditation music, whatever works for you. I'm seeing a 2 again down the bottom, so that's really coming out again. And 3s, yeah, lots of 3s, 333. I'm really getting mission coming through with that actually as well. So purpose, what is your purpose? Some of you have been wondering that. You all have a purpose. Maybe you found it or you're going to find it. You will get there. I'm being guided to say have faith as well. There's another 7 down the bottom. The number of the Chariot, so things speeding up, yeah. I said about that in the last reading, that the energy I felt this year in particular has really sped up. I don't know if any of you have noticed that as well. Bear with me as I just take one more look in the cup. I'm seeing a lot of numbers. Don't always, but I'm seeing 72. Just down there, not sure if you'll see that. 6, 67, 18. So these could be ages, life path numbers, dates of birth, whatever you know, resonates. Obviously take what resonates and leave the rest. A lot of numbers anyway, as you can see in this reading, have come through, and that could be something you've started to see more, or you see a lot, number synchronicities. I'm also suddenly seeing 14 and then a 2. 142 could be, again, date of birth for some of you. And again, if so, that could be a message for you from the cup. Okay, so let's pull some charms now. You might see I've got my trinket. Final messages with the charms. Okay, so that's the ones that I'm being guided to pull. One more. We got two. They've stuck to my finger there. As you can see, that one has. What's that one? A bee. Well, we'll start with that. A bee. A bee has stuck to my finger. You might be seeing bees. Now, bees are a feminine energy, first of all. Also a sign of community and teamwork. So I feel for some of you, you might meet your tribe, meet your soul family and work with them in the future. I'm seeing that, a lot of community in the future, working together like bees. A sign of fertility for some of you, if you keep seeing a bee. A sign of being focused as well in your work. Can be a sign from spirit as well if you see a bee, to keep working, keep at it, stay motivated. I really feel that has to come through today, because I'm feeling some of you, as I said, might have really felt pulled down by the recent energy. Even I felt it a couple of days, but I plodded on, you know, with trying to do the readings here for you all. And obviously I get sweetness with the bee, you know, honey coming through there as well. Now it's interesting, we've got a tower. It looks like the Eiffel Tower, doesn't it? And it's funny, I often do get the Eiffel Tower come through, something happening to the Eiffel Tower. Big monuments, I feel, with this destruction may go down. So I still feel that. Could be something obviously linked to Paris, France. But obviously tower moments as well, destruction. It will be very sudden and unexpected if this happens. Self-destruction as well, I'm getting with that one. So as I said about the transformation, dark night of the soul, a sign of ascension. If you dream of a tower, being up high, climbing stairs, travelling, that's a sign of ascension. Some of you are ascending, I know that for sure. And if so, you'll get ascension symptoms as well. In case you're wondering, you get something like a sudden cold and then it goes. It's like ascension flu, as you're releasing lower vibrational energies from your body. And even like sudden pain in your body, like I had before in my leg, and then it goes. That's you again releasing energetically. But I'm definitely getting ruin and destruction with that, I've got to say. Now we've got the fish, symbol of good luck. It's also another symbol of fertility, like the bee. So for some of you, this is a sign in case, you know, you've had worries. For example, you know, you've wanted to conceive, two strong symbols there. Sign of creativity, happiness, soul growth, inspiration, good luck coming through there as well. Now we've got mittens, which again link with the bee in terms of cooperation, working together with someone. Could be a new partnership that comes your way, an opportunity, loyalty, I really feel with the mittens actually, someone who will be loyal You'll work together potentially in the future. Really feeling that, a lot of good community work. Sign of creativity. Again, some of you might do knitting. I'm getting with the mittens. Sign of protection and warmth coming through as well. And we also got pliers. Now with this one, I often get needing to sort of make changes potentially and maybe cut things out of your life, whether it's addictions, things that aren't good for you, even people, connections. And know that with this collaboration that came out, you will find your soul tribe eventually if you do that, so don't have fear. Can be a sign of trouble and anxiety, health concerns. Yeah, I really feel that for some of you. When I got that pain in the leg, some of you might be getting sudden pains, as I said, and be worried. But as I said, now please take what resonates with this, because I'm not a doctor, but get yourself checked out, obviously, you know, medically, but sometimes it really can just be Ascension. As I said, if something comes, you think, wow, I've had it as well recently. A couple of pains that came on, like in my hand. I thought, wow, what's that? And then it went. And I thought, okay, that's something happening, you know, in my energy system, like an energy upgrade. So don't get too bogged down. If you are in constant pain, then obviously get yourself checked out. You could look at other ways as well. Holistic healing, frequencies. Again, this is something, my throat's blocking again, wow. Yes, I'm getting blockages in chakras again, which is another thing that can create issues. But this is another thing that they've tried to keep from people. Frequencies. It's interesting that I was blocked there, as I was about to say that. They're trying to block me. Frequencies that can heal people in the body. Why do you think they changed the frequency of music? You know, it should be 369. You know, numbers that break down to 369. But they changed it to, I think it was 440, which is an 8, which makes you off, misaligned. So that's why music always comes through. Be mindful of what you listen to and what it might do to you. I think there's rife frequency as well that was created to heal. And again, it's all been hidden by the dark forces again. Because they don't want people to heal and ascend, essentially. So yeah, be resilient, I'd say, with the pliers as well. It could be, you know what I'm getting as well, it's like extraction with the pliers. Could literally be as if something in your system that needs to be pulled out. Could even be a dark energy. Because I do see that in some people. I've mentioned this in previous readings. Like this sort of infestation around some people, and then it enters the body. And it's like they've been possessed. And that needs to be removed. But it's difficult if someone doesn't see it, you know. So you're being guided to sort of help those if you can. If you see it, speak up. Do your bit, collaborate with someone potentially as well. Okay everyone, I'm going to leave that there for today. I've enjoyed doing this. It's always something a bit different. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Let us know in the comments anything that resonated for you. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm getting gardening with the pliers as well. And the gloves. Yeah, some of you love gardening. I'm getting. And you might see bees a lot in your garden, maybe. Yeah, I've got to just say, as I was looking at the charms, that in the cup I'm seeing the initial Z that I kept looking at, and then we've got TE7. It could be someone's initials there, TE, and 77 actually. Wow, lots of sevens. Wow, I'm seeing like 777. So look that up because it'll have different meanings. If that's your initials, it could be a message for you there coming through. But with 7, I just feel victory, movement, things speeding up potentially. A very spiritual number as well, spiritual changes, transformation maybe if that's your initials. There's a bonus message there for someone. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave it there. As I said, that's all I'm getting for today. Thank you so much for being here. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe. If you like what I do, subscribe, hit the bell so you see more readings of mine. Otherwise you might not get all notifications. Leave a comment, let us know what you thought of this reading, if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you all very soon.